Howdy folks, this morning soap stick is Palmolive. This one here might be a little bit more difficult to find than what it used to be. From what I understand, this particular stick is, from what I understand, is out of production, so probably going to have to pay a premium price for this particular stick, but it works quite well for me. All this week I've been shaving with it and it lathers up pretty nice. Got the alum block here, no rubber band. There's just a little bit left in there. And also the witch hazel I'm using is Humphrey's, and it's got a little bit of menthol and peppermint in it. And this is a 16-ounce variety, and there's not, I'm getting down, I guess you might say, the last quarter of it. Been using it for a while. Also, as it goes for the Aftershave, Strike Gold Shave, this is Haberdasher, and pretty nice scent. I'll have links down below where you can find a lot of this stuff. And as it goes for the blade of the day, I usually just call this, shorten up this this name is Kai Pinks. That's what I got in Enoch razor, and it's great shaves. I mean, this the shaves with this shaver, since I got it in some warm water warming up here. This is what I'm talking about here. It's a single edge shaver. It'll take Kai blades, Feather Artist Club blades, Schick Pro Line P30s, but just I don't know if you can see that blade in there or not. I know when I was trying to look at it, it's not the easiest to see in there, but just really nice shaves, smooth, comfortable. I think this is like the 5th or 6th shave with it. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, coconut oil for the pre-shave oil. Go ahead and get started here. But just really nice shaves. They did a great job setting this one up. I think, you know, for a lot of people, this shaver will work well for them if you're interested in a single edge shaver. It does have a small head, so if you're one that shaves under the nose, it'll fit up there pretty nice. Just really nice shaves. I think for some of those that maybe, as goes for Occam's razors, some of the other razors that have different shaped handles, and maybe those handles wasn't quite what you're wanting or needing. This one here, in my opinion, shaves very much like that. I get smooth, comfortable shaves, and since it's got a round handle, this might be more up your alley, if you will. Something that you might appreciate somewhat more with a round handle instead of one that's, I guess you might say, flat and wide. Even though for me, I thought that was going to be an issue for me, but I found that it seemed to be pretty easy to get accustomed to. But this handle here works just fine. I don't find that the handle is too short or too long. Seems to be, I guess you might say, that sweet spot. The brush I'm using is one I got from Metalworks a while back. Squeeze some of the water out. It's got a whip dog knot, and this piece, the handle here, it's a solid piece of metal. This actually has quite a bit of weight behind it. So in other words, I guess what it feels like right about here on down is solid. Really nice handle. Don't drop it on your toe. It's gonna feel bad. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of soap here on the brush here. Trying to make sure I get plenty of soap, but I have not had any problems with lathering this up, especially with this brush. Set this back over here out of the way. I've had a pretty good time with this setup. I guess you might say working like this, several shaves with the same setup, anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves, something like that. I've got at least 2 days worth of growth. My last shave was on Friday and today's Monday. Did that on purpose. I mean, as it goes for the daily shaving, worked just fine. smooth, comfortable. I didn't feel like there was a risk of irritation. Just through a normal routine of, with my with the grain, across the grain, against the grain passes, just going straight forward like that. I was pretty much at least 90-95%, as goes for anything in the way of BBS. In other words, I wouldn't have to work real hard if that's what I was trying to achieve. So in other words, it's not only a smooth shaver, but an efficient shaver. You can kind of tell, at least I can. I'm the one lathering it up, but sometimes maybe it's hard to tell in the video just how easy this is to lather up. It is a shame that it's going away, or has gone away, whatever's in stock, wherever somebody may have it for sale. It is really easy to lather up. As it goes for the scent, per my nose, I kind of feel like it's a just a, I guess you might say, natural soap scent to it. It's not a real strong scent by any means, so it's not off-putting, or I don't feel like it would really interfere with any kind of aftershave that you want to work with. At least that's per my nose. Go ahead and get started here. I'll have a link also below on how to get the blade loaded. There's two different ways to load a blade on this. I do prefer the method of taking it completely apart and loading it that way. It just seems natural to me. So I guess you might consider this a three-piece razor, because there is 3 pieces altogether. Got the handle and the head's 2 pieces. But it's not your typical 3-piece razor by any means, because the head slides together without the post, I guess you might say, interfering with anything. Just a little bit of feedback this morning. Like I say, this is probably about I think this is the 6th shave on this blade. Very smooth. Also, I noticed, because of, I guess you might say, how comfortable I feel with this shaver, even from the get-go, my shaves go pretty quick. I just feel like from the very first time I shaved with it, that it was a shaver that I've used before. It just seemed that comfortable and natural to me. Weather around here has been unbelievable. Towards the end of December, we had a tornado. They classified it as an F0, but it was one that just popped up real quick, stayed on the ground for just a quick moment, then went away. But it was very quick, because I was at the kitchen table, and the wind picked up real quick, which seemed kind of odd. I mean, because beforehand it wasn't quite like that, and it was getting very dark. And shortly thereafter is when the sirens went off. And then Friday night going into Saturday morning, we had rain, freezing rain, snow, and temperatures, were well below freezing. And then it come on Sunday, I think the high was around 50. Just wild weather. And they're talking about how that's affecting, I guess you might say, the flu season. This is a really nice shaver. Can't complain about it at all. like I said, it is so smooth. Feels really comfortable in the hand. Shave with it all week, not a problem. I don't feel like it's aggressive. I'd almost say mild, but you know, because of it's so efficient, but it's just a smooth shaver. With this blade, I should say, it feels like a mild shaver. Now put in the Feather Super. I don't know that it would be quite so smooth. Probably still a very smooth shaver, but just not quite as smooth. To me, the Super is just not quite as smooth as this blade here, a bit more edgy. Go ahead and squeeze some of the soap out of here. Like I say, this is really nice soap. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 sticks left. And I had got this right before, I guess you might say, they decided to quit making it, unfortunately. I have to say, so far, this is one of my favorite sticks. Going right along with Arco and Derby. Both of those, I mean, inexpensive, perform well for me. Does a great job. There's plenty of slickness. And I guess to a degree, depending on guess maybe what you're shaving with, it seems to add plenty of cushion too. In other words, they got a good formula. I think it has more to do with the fact that it's a stick, and perhaps the stick isn't quite as popular as a soap in a tub, for instance, a puck. And if they'd put this in puck form, they probably would have sold more, maybe. Great shave. It's hard not to brag. I mean, this shave is so nice. Hope your shaves are going as well as this one here is. Really nice shave. I've been enjoying them all week. From the very first shave, I thought, oh my, you know, it's hard to put it down. I'm glad that I'm in this, I guess you might say, rhythm with the learning how to face lather, using the same setup for 3, 4, 5 days, whatever the case might be, and just trying to learn how to face lather with different kind of brush knots, as well as, you know, different kind of soaps, and see how that works. And using the same setup for a few days, trying to get used to it. And this setup here just all came together for me. Everything was just seemed really easy, natural. But I do miss my bowl lathering. I have to say, bowl lathering, I still feel pretty natural at it. After I guess you might say, figured out the water per soap. I put plenty of soap in my bowls, if you're kind of wondering. I put a lot of soap compared to what I see some of the guys. They do a great job bowl lathering with just a small amount of soap. I put quite a bit in mine. In other words, David Gonzalez, giving it the best chance to succeed. Yeah, I put plenty of soap in there. Oh, by the way, witch hazel. I got plenty of soap, so I'm not worried about making it stretch, unless it's something that's some of these soaps I have are no longer in production, like this one here. But boy, this is really good soap. It's a shame. It really is. It's no longer in production. that menthol and the peppermint's a good combination. Peppermint is the stronger part of it as opposed to the menthol, and I got the right combination. I feel like it just that peppermint cooling effect, the menthol giving it just a push further, feels great on the face. If you haven't tried any Strike Gold's aftershave, just pick the one you like. This is as it goes for the one I get the most compliments on is this one here, as well as Rushmore. Rushmore was the first one I really got compliments on, then this one here. Rushmore's really nice. I got that nice setup with the EDT one. It is a really nice setup. I like that scent. That's the restrictor there. It is pretty small, so you are going to have to work at getting some aftershave out of there. For some folks that might work out better. That way you don't have a whole lot coming out at one time, more than what you're wanting. Since my head is hairless on the top, the way I look at it, I get plenty. Even if it doesn't have a restrictor, I always got plenty of area to put aftershave. I had a great shave today. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope your shaves are going well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.